Hey, we haven't done any giveaways this year.
No.
If you duet the Dingleberry Challenge.
So anybody that duets the...
Now, coming at you live from the Fish Addiction Studio, your hosts, Mike Olson and Thor Skoy, with Fish Addictions, The Real Talk.
Hey guys, welcome back to our podcast. We've taken a little bit of a break.
It's been too long.
But we've been busy.
We have.
It's holidays. We've had the shows. It's no excuse.
Filmed 2.5 episodes.
2.5? Yeah.
Well, I mean, because one turned into 2.
Yeah, well, it was good fishing.
Right. So we've been on 2 shoots. We made 3 episodes. It's been so long, Mike forgot to put his headphones on.
Oh, my gosh. I was actually thinking about something else as we started this. Oh, I can hear myself.
It makes you feel better, doesn't it?
It does. It's really loud. Can you turn it down a little bit?
I can turn you down. I think your headset, too. Is that better?
No. Come on, Thor. There you go.
Well,
get it figured out.
In my defense, we normally have this set up for 3 or 4 people.
All right. Now it's too low.
Too low?
Yeah.
Right there.
Can you even hear me?
I can.
So now that we didn't figure this out before we threw the headphones on, my fault. I didn't throw them on to test them. Thor was testing my mic as I was doing something else. And so here we are.
He was ego flexing. That's what it was.
Ego? What's that?
Well, somebody said they were going fishing somewhere because they had a bite, and you said, well, that sounds fun and all, but here's the fish I caught.
To be fair, they were catching 9-inch perch and talking about being on big perch in an area where I know there's 13 to 15-inch perch.
I'm just saying.
So I was just letting them know that they weren't on the bite they thought they were on. They weren't.
That's fair. So you were helping them by flexing on them.
That's not even fair.
I mean,
I don't flex. I was helping them by giving them realistic expectations.
Okay, so it was a weird flex. That's what the kid said a few years ago.
Beep, you Thor.
I don't remember which one of these buttons makes the beep sound.
I just made it for you.
So we have been all over. We've been, since our last podcast, we've been to the Twin Cities.
Stop. They should have checked us out.
I know.
Oh, when was our last podcast? Like just before the St. Paul show?
Yeah, like a long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am really, really sorry.
Yeah, so we've been to St. Paul. We've been to Fargo. We have been to Lake of the Woods. Twice. We've been to a lake we're not going to tell you the name of.
Once.
We've
had New Year's.
You've been to Nebraska.
I've been down to the family.
Driven through some storms.
Ooh, God, I think I'm getting older because storms never used to bother me, and now they're bothering me.
They've been particularly bad.
Ugh.
Like, the interstate is so weirdly slippery.
Yeah.
But, you know what else we've done with battling all the storms? Is we spent our first sub-zero night in the camper.
2.
Was the first night up on Lake of the Woods?
I think it was.
See, it wasn't as cold. So
it wasn't as cold as the last time.
The last temperature I saw before we went to sleep the last time was minus like 38.
Yeah, I think it got to negative 42 by the time we actually went to sleep.
Thankfully, it warmed up when we started fishing.
I mean, it really wasn't that warm. It's just the difference between the sun not being out and the sun being out.
Right. Well, it was 20 degrees warmer.
Yeah, I mean, it was still making 20-something.
But it was at least 20 degrees warmer. And
no excuses on that trip. We waylaid them.
Yeah, this podcast will come out before that episode. But
we waylaid them.
We did. It was...
Will it really?
Yeah, this podcast, there's a decent chance it comes out tomorrow morning.
Tyler hasn't got the footage yet?
He has.
Tyler's our editor and trusted camera guy, along with Thor.
But I can edit a podcast faster than he can edit an episode.
True.
Because this is going to be a lot of footage for a podcast, and that's 3 cameras versus the 5 that we used when we were crappie fishing.
Yeah, we added 2 cameras to this, guys. So,
wave to your camera.
I think my camera's wrong because it's like right here. Move it. And I did spill on it and tip it over.
Yeah, you did.
I did. So let's go right there. Let's try it out.
Yours is completely mobile. It's attached to the Norsk battery. Sponsor plug.
Boom.
Sometimes you just got to have the sponsor plugs.
Speaking of that, did you see that ridiculous man on TikTok?
I did.
Go out on us for plugging. Like, he literally thought we did that video to plug our sponsors. We're doing TikTok to have fun.
Right.
So if you guys if you like want to see something where there is like zero like plug a sponsor, of course sponsors are going to be in there because when we're frying fish, that's what we have to fry fish. When we're scouting ice, they have that to stay warm. What a dink! I hope he watches this. Honestly,
I did ask him. I responded and said, "What were they supposed to do? Fish naked?"
Yeah,
because we're sponsored by Eskimo. We wear Eskimo ice.
Did he ever respond back to that?
He did not.
No.
But so of course there's gonna be a sponsor plug in every
Keyboard
shot.
Warriors.
Right. Of course there's gonna be a sponsor plug in every shot because we wear Eskimo snowsuits. I'm wearing an Eskimo vest right now.
It's kind of like the guy who called me a big crybaby last year when we did the keyboard warrior thing.
Yeah.
And he called me a crybaby.
And you know what? It happens. Just know that we are actively more polite on social media than the people that comment on our social media are. Because there's a lot of you living in glass houses that are not afraid to throw stones.
Yeah.
And as somebody with a temper and access to several social media accounts, sometimes it gets tough.
Oh. Does it ever?
Yeah. And you know what? I don't know if he thought this, but Catch and Cook is not a sponsor of ours.
No.
There's a good product made by a good friend of ours.
Yeah. I mean, it's an awesome product.
Right.
Catch and Cook, not a sponsor.
But if they want to be.
I mean, of course we take a case of Catch and Cook.
Right. I'm just saying, Jay Siemens is just a good guy who created a good fish brad.
And he's been on this podcast, and you all know that. So,
yes.
I mean, where are we at? So we did episode 1. It's been out. If you haven't seen it, go back, watch it. You can find it on YouTube. It's out there. It's a part 1, part 2.
And they're both out.
Normally, we don't do a part 1, part 2. What the problem is the first half a day we were there, we caught so many fish and lost a lot of fish that you guys didn't see as many of. Can you hear the dog?
Yes, they can.
Most certainly.
Yeah. Well, and
Not my dog.
to the point of it, though, the first half of day 1, we did not catch a lot of fish. We caught a lot of fish in the last hour and a half.
Well, we jumped around.
Right.
You know, we were all over the place kind of looking for, but we were in no man's land. Like, there's nobody else out there.
Yep.
We drilled, checked, and we got a long ways out where we felt safe. Got to a point where Ross, who was fishing with Ross Swenson, Big North Guide Service, look him up if you're going up to Lake of the Woods. He does a fantastic job at trying to keep people on. Again, not a sponsor, just a really good buddy of ours that does a good job and is really passionate about what he does. So
I think he just really likes helping me catch big pike.
yeah, you've caught, I mean, like 5 of your biggest pike in your life with him.
Yeah.
Interesting. What do you owe him something?
Look at him, some mustache wax.
Ooh. Elmo.
But yeah, we got the snow bear out, which is awesome. I had never fished in a snow bear until we went up to Lake of the Woods, and I think just about every time that you tell me that we're not going to take the snow bear now, I'm going to roll my eyes at you.
Yeah, but here's the deal. Like, the snow bear is awesome.
It is.
It really is great. But it's like anything else has its downfalls. So if we would have been in the snow bear in the next episode, it would have been the toughest thing to do. We would not have been able to stay in it.
Right.
Because the fish were moving so fast. And we were staying on top of them. And you would catch 3-4 fish and have to drill more holes. And 3-4 fish and have to drill more holes. It just went to work.
But to be selfish, the snow bear makes filming a dream.
But it's got its downfalls on filming as well.
Yes and no. But I can leave stuff plugged in. We don't go through 19 GoPro batteries.
Mind you guys, we had a heater going in the Ranger, a fully cab tracked Ranger, heater going in it. Could have, oh look, Norsk battery, charge.
Yeah, but you guys kept
cameras.
Okay.
Da-da.
They hole hopped like
all over the place.
400 yards and never moved the Ranger.
That's not true. When you walked back, I told you to move it up closer to us. So you moved the Ranger one time.
I moved the Ranger. After we said, okay, guys, I think we got an episode. So it wasn't, hey, we're on fish, we need a camera. Hey, we're on fish, we need a camera. I'm just whining, okay? It was really
I walked
cold.
back to the Ranger 3 times to let Olive out.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
I'm going to go, yeah. All right. Okay. Either way. So that was our first night in the truck camper. No, well, we got me all screwed up on my list here. We have
Sorry,
covered
Thor.
almost everything, which is kind of impressive.
Well, we spent the night in the truck camper. I want to tell you about it. We did the total ridiculous thing we always do and decided to leave on a 3-hour trip. Well, we decided at like 8 o'clock. By the time we got loaded up and left, it was about 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
Got there, pulled in there about 2 o'clock.
Yep. Snuggled.
Cold, not knowing how this was going to go. Made sure we had full propane. But we spent the night in the truck camper. My biggest worry was the fact that heater wasn't going to be able to keep up in that type of weather. And we also had 3 guys in there.
Yep.
So, like, first time to have 3 guys in it. First time in negative 40 plus degrees.
2 dogs.
And 2 dogs. And it worked out actually pretty fabulous.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Fabulous. I should not have said that.
Why?
I don't know. Fabulous just seems like not a word I would use.
It's not, but it's definitely a good word.
It was fabulous.
Well, see, now you made it weird. I don't know if I want to share a bed with you anymore.
Yeah, we went butt to butt, though.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
With all up between us.
Yeah. I love Olive.
I do, too. She's a cool dog.
Every time I send out a Snapchat of Olive, I would die for Olive as a response.
From who?
Several different people.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Several different people have told me they would die for Olive.
Well, good.
Yeah. She is an absolute.
I'm getting there. I'm not there yet.
Well,
I like her a lot. But dying, that's a big commitment.
yeah. It is a little weird how long it takes before a dog quits being replaceable.
Right.
I remember with my black lab, frequently when he was a puppy, he'd get himself in trouble, and I'd tell him, I'd look at him and I'd say, I don't love you enough yet to not get rid of you. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. I said it to my kids, too. Just joking. Everybody took a deep breath there. I would never get rid of my kids. 3 of the 4, anyway. Just kidding. Gosh. Is that too far?
No. And we cooked on the flex while we were out there. We're just kind of jumping all over the place right now.
That's all right. That's what this is about.
Yeah. So I was really impressed with cooking on that Buddy Flex, with how cold it was,
Yeah.
being able to fry fish.
Well, I think when we were actually cooking, it was like negative 28.
Yeah.
And frying fish, and it fried the oil. It got the oil hot enough for the fish to cook. I was like, I got to be honest. I didn't think it was going to do it.
Right. I thought about cheating. I thought about heating the oil up in the...
You actually said that. Should we just heat the oil up in the camper first and then bring it out here and put it on the flex so we can get the shot we need?
Yeah. But it really heated up quite quickly, and Tyler called while we were getting ready to cook, and by the time I was done on the phone, food was ready.
Yeah. We had fish tacos finally.
Yeah. I was thoroughly impressed.
We kept like 10 or 12 fish and ate them all right then and there.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
They
Let's
were
talk
delicious.
this winter so far. So obviously everybody lived through last winter. Basically 0 snow.
Yep.
Ice was at best. In most places, I know like Lake of the Woods, I don't even think ever reached 3 feet of ice, which normally that's a pretty easy thing.
I wonder when the
Easy feat for
last
them.
time it was that it didn't reach 3 feet.
Yeah. But what we're finding out there right now is like we had a pretty decent freeze before this dumping of snow decided to come upon us. But we've been consistently finding like 14 to 16 inches of ice. I was just back up at Lake of the Woods this weekend, and out on the main lake, I was finding 16 to 18 inches in in most of the places.
Yeah.
They are now letting half tons and pickups out there. I do not think they're letting 3/4 and 1 tons, pulling big wheelhouses, but the wheelhouse guys, it does look like they are sending. Can you pause this?
I can.
So I kind of want to talk about the ice conditions for this year. So far, what we've kind of been finding, guys, is, well, first off, we're used to what we had last year. Like, that was just a weird winter.
Mm-hmm.
Basically no snow. And then now we got a lot of snow.
A lot of snow.
2 feet in a lot of places. And a lot of times we get that wind really bad around here where the wind will blow the snow off the lake. We're not seeing that. Most places we're seeing 15 to 20 inches of snow on the lake.
It looked like a nightmare to drill while you guys were crappie fishing.
Yeah, it was deep. Hard to walk through. By the end of the day, my thighs were burning.
Yeah. It felt like hunting cattails for pheasants.
It kind of did. But so, between Lake of the Woods, we've been out to Devil's Lake. We've been up to Lake of the Woods twice now. I was just up there this last weekend for New Year's for 3 days. And I was actually getting 16 to 18 inches up there. Where we were crappie fishing, we were getting, I would say, 13 to 15 inches. Even with that snow, there was a little slush on the lake, which I think is, depending on the lake, is going to be something people are going to have to worry, not worry about,
but keep in mind.
Be cautious about happening. You are going to need track vehicles to be a snowmobile, four-wheeler, Ranger, Snow Bear, that kind of stuff. I would definitely plan on having something like that. Don't try to get out in a lot of these places with your four-wheeler and chains. Don't think it's going to happen.
Right.
Trucks, I would not be driving trucks out pretty much anywhere right now, unless designated, like your Lake of the Woods, your Red Lake, that kind of stuff. Obviously, Red Lake.
Or on a plowed road.
It is, as long as it's there. So, but that being said, even in that cold front, we waylaid those crappies.
It was fun to watch.
It was something. Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun, and with that cold front in there, it was kind of classic cold front type thing. Like morning, a lot of times you get that crappie bite right away in the morning, but we didn't.
No.
We had to move with the school, stay with the school, and stay on them. And we got that crappie bite, that classic cold front, high pressure crappie bite, mid to late morning.
Yeah.
So
when the sun came out.
Yeah, as soon as the sun came out. And as soon as the sun went away, gone.
Well, and we're not sure how much the sun affected the fishing versus the fishermen. Because we did talk about that when we were done, and we kind of came to the conclusion that when the sun went away and the clouds came out, we kind of did not put forth the same amount of effort onto catching crappies.
It's hard to, though, when it's as cold.
Right, because it dropped 15 degrees almost instantly.
Because we weren't even able to use the houses as much as we, we had set out that day planning to try to utilize the house, to try to utilize the heat, because it downright dangerous conditions, honestly, as far as cold and everything like that.
I think we were the only people fishing outside that I saw all day.
Yeah.
We were not the only ones on the lake.
No. But it was one of the reasons we were as successful as we were.
Oh, absolutely.
Too. And sometimes that's what I hate about us. Yeah. Like, we're so success-driven as well. Like, a lot of people want to say that we get put on these fish and do that kind of stuff. No, I mean, the Josh and Anthony and I and yourself, like, our plan was to find the schools of fish, set up on them, and catch them. Newsflash, crappies don't sit still.
I was so sad when Mike flipped the house over the first time and said, well, we're going to go chase them.
Oh, I was all in. When we first got out there, Josh and Anthony were out drilling holes trying to find them.
Mike said,
I drilled 2 holes, put my live scope down, and there was fish there. I'm like, I'm on them. I'm in.
I set up GoPros and
I put the heat on. I had 2 heaters going in there to begin with. Like I
took my mittens off,
totally in on it.
And then we went outside.
But then the crappies leave.
Yep.
I think I caught 3 crappies inside the house.
And a pike. Don't forget about your pike.
Ah, Slimer. And then basically from there, you look outside and Anthony's got one and Josh's got one, and you're like, okay, I can't handle this. As much as I don't want to be out there, I gotta bite the bullet and be out there. But then the sun came out, and it was a totally different world. I think we made like one move. Anthony was like, hey, let's go over here. Went over there. Fish were there. It was a little bit bigger school, and that was kind of the thing that we found. If you could get a decent school, if you could get 2s and 3s, a lot of times they weren't biting. But if you could get 10, there was always a couple that were going to commit out of the 10.
Yep.
And it paid off in a big way. We had good fishing. We had a great fish fry. We got to sleep in the camper. All things people are going to see on this next episode. And I think it's going to be a little bit different. This year is going to end up being like, we're still feeling out how we want to portray the whole camper thing. Like, do we want to like focus on it at all. I mean, it's kind of interesting for us. It's new for us. It's new for you guys. Maybe you guys have thought about it. You want to see more about it. I really don't know how much to do with that.
Right.
It's a big part of what we're doing, though.
Well, and it's hard to do some of the cool winter truck camping things because we're always pulling a trailer. You know, like if you go on YouTube and you look up winter truck camping, you see people going into these remote mountain passes and doing all this stuff in
hell, we
four-wheelers.
can do that.
So I do have to, back to the brutal cold, I do have to give a huge shout out to AFTCO. I wore my long sleeve Under Armour, this Eskimo vest, and my Reaper hoodie with my bibs until 2 o'clock without putting a jacket on.
You were nuts.
But I was comfortable. Granted, out of shape, running through deep snow, but comfortable. I certainly wasn't warm, but I was comfortable.
You didn't look comfortable.
I probably did. I never look comfortable. Look at me now, I don't look comfortable. We're sitting inside a heated
Do you
shed.
run hot? I wasn't cold.
Everywhere but on the ice. I typically freeze when we're out on the lake. My hands, my feet, my face, my core. I typically freeze out on the lake.
But it's because you were finally busy? Because you used to be the guy on the other side of that camera.
That could be.
And now with the camera, you're busy. You're always moving. You're doing stuff like that.
That could be it. I don't know.
Because I have always wondered, like, Sam and Aaron and Dusty and now you, like, how you guys do it. Because,
Right.
like, there are days that I'm cold.
Yeah.
And those guys are still moving.
And not wearing gloves.
You know what? With the sun out, I didn't need gloves.
True.
With the sun out, as soon as the clouds came over, it was game over.
Yeah.
I'm a wuss when it comes to cold. My feet are by far the worst.
Mhm.
If I didn't have good boots,
Yeah. So, ice conditions, you were talking. I saw a TikTok, and I am so awful at figuring out when TikToks are from. Saw a guy on Lake Winnipeg running an extension already. Is that, you think that's from this year or is that a last year?
I would think last year, but I mean, there definitely could be some extensions going on where like ice heaves are happening and ice pushes.
Okay, because I've never been up there, so I don't know how the lake builds. And
Was
and
he
how that
out
works.
on bare ice?
I mean, from the 8-second TikTok, it looked like it.
I mean,
It was,
I wouldn't doubt if the
he-
guys up there just run extensions all year long.
But he was burying the power head too. He
had to have been on an ice heave.
because he drilled with the
How
extension.
much snow was there?
Almost none.
So it was either last year or before, because I think they got a lot of snow up there too.
Okay. See, I don't follow weather patterns the same way Mike does because I just get told where we're going, so I just assume it's going to be the worst and I pack everything. I did. Hey,
Do you assume it's going to be the worst just because I'm saying let's go, or what?
well, just because it's the days that I pick to go fishing are not necessarily the same days that we pick to go filming.
I mean, I'm getting older. I pay more attention to the weather than I used to.
Right. I did, like an adult, pack my go bag today.
Wow.
Yeah. Contact case, glasses, 4 pairs of wool socks.
All the stuff
long
you
johns.
thought you forgot before that you didn't really
Mhm.
forget, you had it all there, but now you know where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first trip, you're like, I don't have this, I don't have that. And then you're like, I, in fact, did have
But it
this.
was just my contact case, and I did have it. But no, I did smart things. I put stuff in Ziploc bags. I've got a Ziploc bag full of camera
So
stuff.
proud of you. You're growing up a little bit.
Right? I have 4 pairs of wool socks.
I bet your
in my
mom's
go bag.
watching right now and she's proud of you too.
No, my parents are not watching. They're
That's not true. We have done lives and your parents watched them.
right, but currently they are traveling from winter to fall. They're on their way down to Georgia. So I talked to my dad. It is 67 degrees warmer where he is than it was here on Saturday.
Still not above freezing?
No.
Oh.
Last time I talked to them, they had only made it to Kentucky.
Oh.
They stopped to visit Maker's Mark. So,
Well, I do want to say that I am sorry that we haven't been doing more of these. We're going to try to do more. But this is kind of just something that we do for fun.
Yeah.
We want to be consistent about it like we were last year. We were actually really good last year.
we started really bad last year, though.
Did we?
Yeah, it was like an every 2.5 weeks.
Oh.
So, like, last year on New Year's, we kind of made a resolution that we were going to make the podcast more serious. A podcast that we started at 11:30 p.m. on New Year's Eve.
That's true.
But we did start taking it more seriously at that point. I'm kind of hoping we follow that trend this year.
New Year's happened 2 days ago.
Yeah. So we're awfully close.
We did it on New Year's Eve last year?
Yeah, at like 11:30 p.m.
We literally rang in the New Year's right here
Mhm.
with everybody.
Yeah. Different table. It was just you, me, and Hayden.
That's right.
Because I was out here, and all of a sudden it got to be 11, and we were having a good chat and some drinks, and we're like, should we just do a podcast? We're like, yeah, why not? And then 11:30 rolls around, we hit go live, and podcast.
Oh, well,
What's next?
where are we going next?
Yeah. Well,
mean-
just in general, what's next? You always have a next plan.
Do I?
Yeah.
I mean,
Or a next idea. It's not always a plan. But
I just got things I'd like to do. Whether it,
Well,
I'd
what's
like
on
to go
that
hit
list?
somewhere out middle North Dakota, get some of them in some of them sloughs. South Dakota's always an option with walleyes and perch down there. Fort Peck is froze over.
Is it?
It's got 3 inches of ice. Basically, it sounds like they're figuring all the way across it now.
So that's really good.
2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe, we'll be out there, hopefully. As
All
long
right.
as things don't change drastically, but the cold looks like it's going to stick around. And now that it's capped over 3 inches of ice, I don't know Peck well enough, but I don't think wind is going to be a factor at this point anymore for the most
Good.
part.
Good. I would love to get out there.
I mean, with breakers and that kind of stuff, wind is going to be a factor.
Right.
But I really do want to go fish sturgeon on
That'd be fun.
Rainy River. When I was up there this last weekend, we were going to try to do that, and it just never got to that. I actually got sick.
Yeah.
I got a tummy bug, and I pooped my brains out for a day and a half. I'm still not 100% over it. So hopefully you don't get it the next few days, because it sucks.
Yeah. We did get a challenge.
I mean, is it too far to say that I wasn't wiping anymore? I was dabbing. It was that bad.
I mean, you pay for all of this, so you make the rules. I just do the editing. But
I mean, the guy gets sick, he gets sick. That's
Right.
just what it is.
so we did get a challenge on our most recent YouTube video.
Oh, boy.
It was a challenge to go and fish some of the highly pressured central Wisconsin panfish lakes.
Josh knows all about those.
We were even offered some beers during a meetup if we follow through on it.
Oh, boy. I mean, I'm not against it.
It
But
could
do
be
they
fun.
even have ice out there? I
don't
suppose it's been pretty cold there.
I don't know. I'm reading YouTube comments. I'm not. People don't call me.
Come on, Thor, do your research.
Oh, it might
You
have
sit around us, we do our research, we do our things. Come on, follow through with it.
I did read this YouTube comment 15 minutes before we started. here.
Liar.
I did.
Well, then why didn't you take 15 minutes and research it? Because you were going to tell me about it and let me research it.
Well, yeah, kind of. that is part. We all know fishing trips go better when you plan them. As much as we like to give you shit about not planning fishing trips, they typically go better when it's your idea.
Well, let's be honest. If I don't plan them, I don't get to go. Most of the time.
But he never goes when I invite him.
I mean, you invite me like the one time I actually have time with my family. Because it's usually the one time you have time and you don't have a family.
Well, that and I usually invite you to go like smallmouth fishing or something that you typically are not interested in doing.
No, I'm not interested in smaller fishing.
Just less interested.
less, yeah.
You're just less interested.
Is that okay?
Yeah. I'm just saying don't say I don't invite you. Because I try. It's just not always stuff you're interested in. Hey, Mike, I got a pretty solid smallmouth bite going. You want to come?
No, usually
I've got a wall of paint to watch dry.
Usually it goes like this. 3 years ago, on this date, I had a really good bite going on here. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
Not interested. If I'm going to go bass fishing, you better have a damn near guarantee.
So, in the time that you're referencing, we did go out and catch smallmouth exclusively on topwater all day long, and it was some of the most fun I've ever had while smallmouth fishing. Packed the Eskimo suits because it was late October. We thought it was going to snow. We thought we were going to be cold. I wore jeans and a t-shirt all day long.
So I have no problem with bass fishing. In fact, I had fun the one time I did it on purpose.
5 years ago?
Yeah, and I had fun. I caught like a 4.5 pounder.
One time.
I did.
5 years ago. Yeah.
Anyways,
It is fun. It's
I went on purpose bass fishing on Mille Lacs once too recently.
Really?
That was kind of fun.
Now I'm jealous.
I'm just one of those guys that I put my fishing priorities.
Right.
So if I'm going to go for what I want to go for.
I get that.
But not saying if you called me and said, hey, we've had a really fun bite going on, let's go. Right. I know you tried to get me to film smallies a couple times.
Yeah. You'll be proud of this, too.
Oh, boy.
I tried to go walleye fishing on Sunday.
No, you did.
I did.
No, you did.
I did.
Where?
Well, that was the issue. I didn't know where. I was planning on going fishing with a buddy, and I said, "What about instead of going spearing, what if we go walleye fishing?"
And he said
it was too cold and we weren't going fishing at all.
Who was that? Hayden?
No. You know who? Who do we know that spears?
He said no?
Mm-hmm.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, right there. Looks brute. Gonna stay home.
And you even told him it seems like the smart call.
It certainly did. But I also wanted to get out fishing. I wanted to play with Active Captain.
I went fishing on Saturday.
In a snow bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying he would have changed his mind if we'd had snow bear?
I think literally everybody would change their mind if the cold is the issue.
I think I was fishing in tennis shoes, jeans, a sweatshirt. No, I did put my flag chaser vest or coat on.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You did wear a jacket?
I did.
For a little bit or just the whole time?
I think I just put it on for the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah.
You really must not have been feeling good.
I wasn't actually. At that point, I was struggling.
What did the family think of the snow bear? I know you had a lot of people in and out.
So let's just put it this way. On Sunday, yesterday, I was sicker than sick. They all went out in the snow bear.
Did you let your wife drive?
Yes.
Does she drive a snow bear like she drives a snowmobile with kids on a sled?
I hope not. I wasn't in there. She's crazy. For the record, she is absolutely crazy on a snowmobile. Like, there is either stop or go. Like, full throttle or not.
Right. In, like, a weirdly safe way, though.
No.
Well, I mean, at least the kids always look like they're having fun.
Until they're not.
Well.
I was pulling the kids around today, and I was having a little bit too much fun, I think. And finally, Jake was like, I'm done. I made them wear helmets and everything. I was like, come on, guys, you better put helmets on. There's some very hard snow piles out there. And at one point, I think Jake was like 4 feet in the air with the sled.
When Jake is the one to pull the plug, you know that enough fun has been had.
Yeah.
Because he does not pull the plug on fun very often.
Especially not like involving snowmobiles or four-wheelers or dirt bikes or anything that has to do with motorsports.
Right. Did you let them pull you in a sled?
No. Heck no. They'll get back at me for everything I've done to them, Thor. The smart call, as you would put it, is to not let them do that.
Yeah.
So
smart call also would have been not jumping off of a swing when you're down in Nebraska.
Yeah.
But you did that.
You got to bring that up.
Yeah.
Old man, okay.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've done a podcast. I got all sorts of stuff to throw at a wall.
Yes, I am not as coordinated as I used to be. I used to be able to jump off a moving swing and go forward and be like, ah. This time I just went straight down. It was terrible.
It's okay.
And I rolled my ankle in the process.
Oh. It's okay. I lost the nail off of 2 toes and had them both swell up by hitting them on the bottom of my bed the other day.
Oh.
Struggled to walk for 3 days. I get it.
The shame.
Yeah.
The shame we feel.
Like when
I had an audience of like 9 people in my family see me just eat shit right there.
I just had a very judgmental dog.
Oh, God.
But you know, you ever have one of those, you do something, you go, I'm really glad I don't have to see anybody for a few days after that one. I'm really glad I just
But then we feel the need to tell people about it.
Well, yeah, because it's funny.
I want to say, though, you've been doing a stellar job on the TikToks.
Thank
If you guys have TikTok, just know that that's Thor putting them all together. Like, doing a very good job.
It's also me talking shit to people.
It's entertaining.
Oh, it's so much fun.
But he's taking it personally. So support what we're doing on TikTok. Go out there, find us on Fish Addictions. We're putting a lot of fun stuff out there. The stuff that you're not seeing on the videos is making its way into TikTok.
Yep.
Inappropriate things that probably will never be on videos.
Not inappropriate, just less appropriate.
less appropriate things.
Because we're still, I mean, we're not putting the bad in. You know what really irritates me, though? The sweet sequence of fish catching and cooking that I put together. I spent so much time making that TikTok.
And it tanked.
For it to have 2,000 views kills me. Kills me. I sent it to one of my buddies, and I said, if this thing doesn't blow up, I'm deleting our TikTok account.
That was the same with the fish taco one. Like, we thought for sure that was going to happen.
Yeah, I know.
That one really didn't.
That one's picked up a little bit.
Has it?
Just a smidge. Not like a lot, but I mean, it's up to like almost 4,000 versus 1,300.
Well, we got a goal of 10,000 followers. So go on TikTok and follow us and share it.
Yes.
Now.
Yes. Thank you.
Now. No, you don't have to, but we would appreciate it if you did.
Yeah. Go follow our TikTok. Find the Dingleberry Challenge.
The Dingleberry Challenge.
And duet it with your favorite fishing prank. It doesn't even have to be the Dingleberry Challenge. Just like, everybody messes with their buddies when they're out ice
Hey, we
fishing.
haven't done any giveaways this year.
No.
If you duet the Dingleberry Challenge.
So anybody that duets the Dingleberry
How do we
Challenge.
make this work for us? Because obviously we're giving away a Striker. Striker 4.
Oh, we're going to give away a Garmin unit.
Striker 4, yeah.
Okay. I need a pen. I need to write rules and regulations down.
They got to duet it and share ours.
The pen. I need the pen.
I was looking at my phone. I maybe had an important message.
Let me, okay, before we make the rules here, let me find out what I can.
Can you make a TikTok that says?
Okay, so because of legal and gambling issues, I need to figure out more about how to do TikTok giveaways.
Okay.
Because like on YouTube, we can say like, or we can say comment and subscribe because we can see who comments and we can see who subscribes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not entirely sure how. Simply put, nobody's ever duetted our TikToks, so I don't know if I can tell if somebody has duetted our TikToks. You know what I mean? So before we do a big giveaway on TikTok,
You can if they you can if they tag us in it.
true. Okay. All right, make the rules. So,
You duet one of our videos. I don't care which one it is, actually.
Okay.
You duet and share one of our videos. Tag us in it, and you will be entered to win a Striker 4 Garmin. The one you getting plastered with snow has almost 5,000.
I know that.
But the Dingleberry one only has 2,500.
I know it's wild. It's wild. Okay, so TikTok giveaway. Thor, clip this out. Put it on TikTok. Put it on Facebook. Put it on Instagram. Look, see, I'm making notes for myself with video and with a notepad. That's called being smart. Look at me growing up. I'm meeting with a mortgage underwriter on Friday.
Oh my God. You're getting so big. So proud of you.
No, I've been big from growing up. I worn a medium since middle school. What? We're on video. They can tell. I'm not in shape.
I feel like somehow at 10,000 followers, we should give away a live scope. I don't know how that works, but that would be a pretty big milestone for us. We're at 1,800 right now.
Okay.
And we just to be honest, we just started this in the fall.
Yeah. Okay, so I will look into how to do a live scope giveaway at 10,000 followers on TikTok. And we will give away a Garmin Striker 4 to anyone who duets any of our TikToks, shares our TikTok. See, I don't think we can control the sharing.
Just share it,
What?
goddammit.
Yes. I mean, share it for sure. But so if you duet one of our TikToks, you tag us in that TikTok, you will get entered to win a Garmin Striker 4. And you know what?
You'll also get if you do that.
For every one of those you do, One per our video. Right? You can only do it one of our TikToks. Or you can do it. I'm just confusing myself.
Listen, here's what it
Do you want me to
is.
step in and explain?
No. So here's what you got to do. We're just going to stop.
Stop.
Forget everything you've heard.
Yep.
If
I
you
might
want
even
to
just
ring,
read it.
if you want to win a Striker 4 Garmin unit, you have to duet a video and tag us in it.
Yes.
And if you do every one of our videos, which I think is like 25, you'll get entered 25 times. There you go.
And we'll count those entries towards the live scope.
If we hit 10,000, we will count those entries towards the live scope. And we will do it all the way to the time the live scope gets drawn.
So potentially you could have 100 entries.
Potentially. Yeah. Why not make it that way?
You could almost guarantee yourself a live scope.
You'd be 1 of 10,000.
Or 100.
Or 100 of 10,000 if you do 100 duets.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you waiting for? Get yourself entered right now. Go on down. Fish Addictions TV.
I will.
I don't even know how you're going to make this work, but I trust you're going to make it
I'll
work
figure
somehow.
it out. I'll figure it out. Man, that's wild. We just did first big giveaway announcement.
We haven't done any giveaways yet this year.
No, and we're just starting with a couple bangers.
All right. Well, before we give away more stuff, we're out of here.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Sorry, it's been so long. We've been very busy. It's an excuse. We'll try to do more than we have been. I'm so sorry.